Hi, everyone. Sorry about the delay. I said I was going to try to shorten that down where there wasn't the delay between the time that the video started and the time that I started talking, but I think I messed that one up. So, hello, everyone. Welcome. I am so glad that you are here. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that doesn't get nearly enough love in the wellness world, and that is about fiber. Now, I know fiber is not sexy. It's not flashy like the fancy collagen or the trendy adaptogens, but I'm here to tell you that it's super important and it's a complete game changer. It can be a complete game changer for a lot of people. So, if you're dealing with things like bloating after meals, weight that won't budge no matter what you try, hormonal ups and downs, constipation or irregular bowel movements, constant cravings, or blood sugar crashes, then buckle up because fiber could be your missing link. Okay, now, what is fiber and why is it so underrated? Now, let's start with the basics. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that your body can't actually digest. It passes through your digestive system intact, but along the way, it actually does a lot of work. Now, there are two main types of fiber. First, you have soluble fiber. This dissolves in water and turns into a gel-like substance. It's great for slowing digestion, stabilizing blood sugar, and feeding good gut bacteria. Then you have insoluble fiber. This type of fiber adds bulk to your stool and helps move things along, preventing constipation. And most whole plant foods have a mix of both fibers, both soluble and insoluble fiber. But here's the deal. Most women aren't even getting close to enough fiber. The daily recommended amount is 25 to 30 grams a day, and many women are getting less than 15 grams. I have personally found that women that are in menopause, perimenopause, as well as women that have PCOS tend to do better in that higher upper end range that's actually closer to the 30 to 40 gram range. So you want to think of fiber as your body's gentle janitor. It doesn't just pass through, it sweeps out toxins, hormones, cholesterol, and food waste like it's tidying up your inner world. So it's actually a good thing. Now, the role of fiber in our gut. So, gut health and fiber. This is one of my favorite connections to talk about, which is fiber and gut health. Fiber is food for your microbiome, especially the good bacteria in the gut. These bugs ferment certain fibers and turn them into short chain fatty acids like butyrate, which they soothe inflammation, protect the gut lining, support your immune system, help with blood sugar, and even mood. So, if you've ever struggled with bloating, constipation, IBS, food sensitivities, chances are your gut bugs are starving. They thrive on diverse plant fibers. So, more fiber equals a more diverse and resilient gut microbiome. Now, a fun fact is your gut bugs are picky eaters. You don't just want more fiber, you actually want variety. So, try aiming for 30 different plant foods per week. That's fruits, veggies, whole grains, seeds, herbs, and legumes. So, you want a good variety and rotation of foods and aim for at least 30 different types to get all those different types of fibers. Now, let's talk about the connection of fiber to hormone balance and the role that it plays there. Now, as we bring hormones into the conversation, because this is big for women but struggling with perimenopause, which is, I hear that on a day-to-day basis. So here's what most people don't know. Your body detoxes estrogen through the liver, and then it packages it up to be excreted through, guess what? Your bowel movements. But if you're constipated or you're not pooping every day, guess what happens? That estrogen gets reabsorbed in the body. Now, it recirculates and can contribute to PMS, breast tenderness, fibroids, weight gain around the hips and belly, mood swings. Now, fiber binds to excess estrogens and helps to eliminate it out of the body. So, especially using fibers, using sources like flax seeds, oats, and veggies like broccoli and cauliflower. So, like cruciferous veggies. So, if you're struggling with estrogen dominance, symptoms, then fiber is going to be your friend. Now, you think of fiber, I always give these analogies, but you think of fiber like an Uber driver that picks up excess hormones and toxins and makes sure that they get dropped off at the right exit, which is the toilet. So if the Uber doesn't show up, everything gets stuck in traffic and you don't arrive to the destination. Now, what is the role of fiber in weight loss resistance? Now, for the big question that I hear all the time, why am I not losing weight even though I'm doing everything right? Now, here's how fiber helps there. It helps you feel fuller. It helps you feel fuller and you stay fuller longer by slowing overall digestion. It stabilizes blood sugar, preventing insulin spikes and crashes. It improves gut health, which plays a role in overall metabolism. It reduces inflammation, which is something that can block fat loss. And like we just talked about, it helps eliminate excess estrogens, which, when out of balance, can cause stubborn fat to stick around in the body. Now, another bonus is that fiber-rich foods are usually lower in calories and higher in nutrients, which makes them perfect for hormone-friendly fat loss supportive meals. Now, how can you add more fiber without the bloat? That's something that I hear all the time. When I increase fiber, I tend to bloat. Now, this is key. If you go from, say, 5 grams of fiber to 35 grams of fiber overnight, your gut will rebel. You'll feel gassy, bloated, miserable. So let's do it the right way. Go slow. You want to add 5 grams every few days or even every week. So look at, maybe track a couple of days of your food, see where you're averaging, and then plan to add 5 grams at a time, just very slow over the course of, say, like a week. Make sure you're drinking water. You want to increase your water intake because fiber pulls water into the gut. And if you're dehydrated, it will backfire and you'll tend to be bloated. You'll retain water and you'll just feel kind of gassy and kind of gross. So you want to balance fiber with fat and protein to reduce blood sugar spikes. So that is another important one. And choose whole foods over bars and powders. So foods like apples, lentils, chia seeds, leafy greens, berries, all of those real food sources are going to win here. Now, some of my favorite swaps that I typically recommend, you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flax or chia to a smoothie or your oatmeal. Mix lentils into soups or salads. That's actually a sneaky way, like cooked and then chilled lentils and throw those in a salad. That's like super easy, and it's a tasty way to boost your fiber. You could swap out white rice for quinoa or farro. Try roasted veggies instead of chips. So ditch the potato chips and do roasted veggies in the place of that. And also another little sneaky way is blend in leafy greens or frozen cauliflower into your smoothies. You won't taste it. It actually makes it creamier and then it gives you a boost in fiber. There are a couple little hacks and tricks that I usually recommend. Like one cup of blackberries. 1 cup of blackberries is 7 grams of fiber. 1 cup of raspberries is 8 grams of fiber. 1 cup of cooked broccoli is 5 grams of fiber. So if you're choosing the right things, then it's easy to kind of get to that mark. You just want to make sure that you're not going from 10 grams to 40 grams overnight, because you're not going to feel well. And it's going to end up backfiring. Now, what do you want to watch out for when fiber isn't enough? Now, fiber can be very, very powerful, but it's not the magic bullet. If you're eating plenty of fiber and you're still constipated, if you're eating more fiber and you're still bloated all the time, or you're reacting to high fiber foods like garlic, onions, apples, and beans. Now, if you are reacting to those things, or you're still constipated, or you're still bloated, it might be a sign that there's something deeper going on, like SIBO, leaky gut, or sluggish detox pathways. And that's where functional testing is going to come in. So if you're doing all the right things and you're still struggling, don't blame yourself. There could be a root cause that needs support. So to wrap up, Fiber may not be sexy, but it's foundational. It supports your gut. It balances your hormones. It stabilizes your blood sugar. And yes, it can even support fat loss. So if you're in that perimenopausal window and you feel like your body's working against you, fiber is going to be one of the most powerful tools in your toolbox. So let me know in the comments what's one fiber-rich food that you love or a hack that you have or one swap that you're going to try this week. And if you're not sure where to start or your gut needs deeper support, I'd love to help. Just message me the word fiber and I'll send you some resources and chat about the next steps. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time.